My name is Kristen Lau. My capstone project is technology and student engagement in the classroom. The students in my Algebra 1 class live in a digital world. They spend most of their free time refreshing the feed on their phones. Technology is undeniably everywhere, so it is naturally brought into the classroom. For my capstone project, I am going to incorporate student-centered technology in the classroom and observe the effects on student engagement. Rationale. This has interested me because I am always looking for new ways to increase student engagement in the classroom. There is also increasing pressure from administrators for students to perform in the classroom and on state tests at the end of the school year. According to Wu and Huang, engagement is directly linked to students' learning. When technology is present in the classroom, there are many benefits for students. Some of these benefits include students are more willing to share their ideas with the class. Students can be more interested in learning the material, which can mean the concepts will be retained for longer periods of time. And students have greater motivation to perform well. Students are also taking ownership for their learning, so their belief in one's own abilities increases. The material can also become individualized so students can work at their own pace, and this is a great idea if you are incorporating differentiation into your classroom. Also, technology can provide a visual model. On the other hand, technology can also have a negative impact on student engagement. In-class multitasking can be too overwhelming for some students. According to Schlechte, there are 5 categories of student engagement: authentic engagement, ritual compliance, strategic compliance, retreatism, and rebellion. I believe his 5 categories of student engagement can be thought of as different levels in a pyramid. The highest level of engagement is authentic engagement. This is at the top of the pyramid because students are genuinely interested about the technology and they will be intrinsically motivated to get the assignment complete. In the next level of engagement, students are extrinsically motivated either to win a reward or avoid a consequence. This level is ritual compliance. Students complete the assignment to avoid a consequence, or strategic compliance. Students complete the assignment to receive a reward. The third layer of the pyramid is retreatism. In this level, technology provides no motivation, but the student does not distract any of the others. The lowest level of engagement and the bottom of the engagement pyramid is rebellion or disengagement. In the rebellion level, technology provides no motivation for the students, but they bother other students and their level of engagement has the potential to decrease. Methods. My capstone project was conducted at a public high school located in the western suburbs of Houston, Texas. 82% of the students at the high school are Hispanic and 75% of the students are economically disadvantaged. In this study, 90 Algebra 1 academic and pre-AP students were used. 94% of the students are Hispanic. In the study, I used 5 different types of student-centered technology activities: Kahoot, Google Slides, simulations, graphing equations in different forms, and Algebra 1 tiles, a puzzle, and flipped classroom. How to determine the level of its student engagement. I observed students' level of engagement before and after each student-centered technology activity. I also verbally surveyed students during the assignment and after the assignment was complete. I asked them how did they like the student-centered technology and what level of student engagement did they think they were in. Based on my own observations and student feedback, these were my results. Pre-technology, 5 students were at the rebellion level, 10 students were at the retreatism level, 72 students were at the ritual/strategic compliance level, and 3 students were at the authentic engagement level. Kahoot, 5 students were at the rebellion level and 85 students were at the authentic engagement level. Google Slides, 5 students were at the rebellion level, 82 students were at the ritual/strategic compliance level, and 3 students were at the authentic engagement level. Simulations, all 90 students were at the authentic engagement level. Ed Puzzle, 5 students were at the rebellion level, 72 students were at the ritual/strategic compliance level, and 13 students were at the authentic engagement level. Flipped Classroom, 5 students were at the rebellion level, 77 students were at the ritual/strategic compliance level, and 8 students were at the authentic engagement level. Now, I will go in more details about each technology activity and results individually, including student feedback. Kahoot! This activity is mainly used as a review game for tests and quizzes in my classroom. Students are split into groups. A question is displayed and they have a limited number of seconds to solve and answer the question. If the question is answered correctly, they receive points. If the answer is wrong, they receive no points. Students like this student-centered technology activity because they like to compete against other groups of students and they get to work together as a team to help their team members solve the question correctly. During Kahoot, 94% of the students were at authentic engagement. Google Slides. This student-centered technology activity was used to summarize the students' life projects. During this activity, 91% of the students were at strategic or ritual compliance. They wanted to complete the activity to get a good major grade, which is 50% of their overall grade for the 9 weeks. Simulations, FET. Simulations are excellent for students to explore different concepts and learn at their own pace. In this activity, students were exploring transformations of linear equations and the effects on the linear equation. 100% of my students were authentically engaged. Some of the student feedback was, I got to explore the concepts on my own, and I can work at my own pace. Simulations, Algebra 1 tiles. Algebra tiles are helpful for students to have a visual representation of concepts. This school year, I decided to use algebra tiles to teach students how to complete the square, so they understood what they are doing instead of memorizing steps. All students were authentically engaged. Some of the student feedback was, the concept was too easy to understand with algebra tiles, and I actually understood what I was doing. Ed Puzzle. My school district requires us to provide students with an opportunity to retest. Every school year, I have tried to improve my retest policy. This school year, I learned about Ed Puzzle from a professional development, and I decided to use this tool for my retest. Students will log on and watch the videos for the questions missed on the test. Then, they would answer 2 open-ended questions at the end of each video. 1. Why did you get this question wrong? No cheap answers, I don't know, IDK, I didn't understand, or I guessed will not be acceptable. Question 2 was very similar to the original test question. During this activity, 80% of the students were at ritual or strategic compliance. They liked the fact that they could work at their own pace and watch the video as many times as they want. However, most students completed the assignment to improve their major grade. Flipped Classroom. This lesson involved key features of slope-intercept form. Students learned the concept the night before for homework. During the next class, the students would practice the concepts. For this assignment to be successful, this involved a lot more participation from the students. However, only 86% of the students were at strategic or ritual compliance. Some of the student feedback included, I liked the video, it helped me understand and pay more attention, and it made me understand the subject a little more. Results. I compared the pre-technology levels of engagement to the technology present engagement levels. The biggest increase in student engagement came from simulations and Kahoot. These 2 levels had the most engagement from students because they were able to interact with the technology. In some of the other student-centered technology, they cannot interact with it as much. For example, videos on Ed Puzzle. When students are watching a video on a computer, there's not a lot of interaction between student and video. During the student-centered technology activities, there was no students in the retreatism level of student engagement. These students either moved up to strategic/ritual compliance or authentic engagement. The third main point is the levels of engagement in retreatism or rebellion did not increase when technology was present in the classroom. So in conclusion, when students can interact with technology, then student engagement can increase in the classroom. Relevancy to professional seminars. One of my favorite sections from professional seminars was technology. My capstone project was about technology and how it can help student engagement in the classroom, but it can also improve their 21st century skills, collaboration, communication, critical thinking, and creativity. Technology presence in the classroom is a tool to help students learn the material. In the social justice section, we learned about the purpose of education, to help students become learners and prepare them for the real world, and not just prepare them for a state assessment at the end of the year. Incorporating students' interest into the classroom can help students learn the concepts because they feel a connection. Best practices is including activities in your classroom so the student can achieve their fullest potential. Final thoughts. Overall, student-centered technology was a positive experience in my classroom. They were able to explore and make conjectures, students were able to become independent thinkers, and they oversaw their own learning. They were no longer memorizing steps. They were able to learn new technology tools, and it was a change from our normal routine of pencil and paper. If I was to redo my capstone project, I would incorporate 1 to 2 student technology activities during each unit to observe the levels of student engagement instead of 5. To further my capstone project, next school year, I would like to increase the amount of technology presence in the classroom. I would like to incorporate simulations into each Algebra 1 unit. With the increase in technology presence, I would like to know if student learning can increase too. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed my capstone project.